How's it going, everybody? Tim Murray riding solo today. As you can see, Michael Jenkins is absent, taking a little vacation, but we roll on. We have to give you content so you can go out and make some money, whether it's going with my pick or fading my pick. But it's that time of year where we're starting to see the videos of players arriving at camp. Before you know it, the Hall of Fame game will be here. And the question I have to you, what is the most intriguing division in the NFL this year? I'm talking about storylines and competitiveness. Now, competitiveness, I would say the NFC North or the AFC South. The NFC North, believe it or not, despite the Bears coming off of their 12-4 season, there are three teams with the same odds to win that division. Vikings, Packers, and Bears, according to the Westgate Superbook, all 2-1, and the Lions at 8-1. So in their mind, look, 8-1, not that big of a long shot to win a division. So competitiveness, that's a pretty darn competitive division. The AFC South, the Colts are the favorites, -140, but the worst team, according to the odds makers, in that division, Tennessee Titans, 7-1. And then you look at the Houston Texans, +350, and the Jacksonville Jaguars at 9-2, and they're certainly an interesting case with Nick Foles getting the reins. But to me, when you look at competitiveness, storylines, I think you have to go to the AFC North. The Pittsburgh Steelers, life without Antonio Brown, life without Le'Veon Bell. Ben Roethlisberger, yet another year at the helm as the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Baltimore Ravens, Steelers' #1 rival. The keys were handed to Lamar Jackson, and now it is all Lamar Jackson. You bring in Greg Roman, you promote him from within to take over that offense. Marty Morningwig is out. Greg Roman, ton of success with Colin Kaepernick in San Francisco, and now he is his offensive coordinator, and they're fine-tuning that offense, bringing in a guy like Marquise Hollywood Brown out of Oklahoma, first-round pick, drafting Miles Boykin in the 3rd round, a number of offensive weapons from last year's draft in Hayden Hurst and Mark Andrews, and of course, the Cleveland Browns. We can't get through an NFL discussion this offseason without bringing up the Cleveland Browns. The former laughingstock of the NFL, now the darlings, the apple of everybody's eye, the Cleveland Browns, the favorite to win the AFC North. First-year head coach in Freddie Kitchens. They go out and get Steve Wilks to become their defensive coordinator. Big name there to bring him in to be that defensive coordinator. Baker Mayfield, first full year as the starting quarterback. They go out and get Kareem Hunt. He'll be suspended 8 games, but when he comes back off of that suspension, we know what type of dynamic player he is. And, of course, the massive trade to get Odell Beckham Jr. to pair him with Jarvis Landry. So who should you put your money on to win the AFC North? I think talent alone, you have to look long and hard at the Cleveland Browns. But are we ready, folks, to put money down on the Cleveland Browns as the favorites at just +125 in the middle of July? Do we believe enough that the Browns can win this division? I just can't pull the trigger yet. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Could they go 11-5, 12-4? Certainly. Also added Olivier Vernon to that defense. Traded for him from the Giants. But I'm just not ready. I don't believe it. I need to see it first. 7-8-1 last year. They finished 5-3. But look long and hard at those 5 wins. They were all against non-playoff teams. Now they had a very close game to close out the season with the Baltimore Ravens. The eventual division winner finished 10-6. So what about the Baltimore Ravens? 3-1 to win that division. Mentioned Greg Roman. Lamar Jackson, he's the guy. They have a great secondary. They really do. That might be the strength of their team is their secondary. They went out, got Earl Thomas to replace Eric Weddle. 4 years, $55 million. They're expecting a lot from the former Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Carr and Marlon Humphrey as their 2 corners. Jimmy Smith as well to add depth. They've got a pretty strong secondary, a decent front 7. C.J. Mosley, though, gone. Terrell Suggs, gone, got a lot of youngsters you're relying on. A lot of youngsters. Marquise Brown, Miles Boykin, Mark Andrews, Hayden Hurst. And at this point in his career, if you just look back at a little bit of last season, also at Louisville, an electrifying player. But the precision is just not there yet. So I'm not ready to pull the trigger, even though I think there's value in the Baltimore Ravens at 3-1. I think it's the Pittsburgh Steelers division right now, plus 180. That's where I'm putting my money down. Another year for Ben Roethlisberger. I know you might be saying Antonio Brown is gone, but think about the distraction that he was. Le'Veon Bell didn't play at all last year. A big-time year upcoming for James Conner. He's the guy. There's no distractions. There's no one in the rear view. I love the selection of Benny Snell out of Kentucky. Had a huge collegiate career, 4th-round pick. Juju Smith-Schuster certainly going to have to step up. And a little side bet that I really, really like. Think about what we saw last year from Darius Leonard in Indianapolis, winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. How about Devin Bush? Right now, 7-1 to win Rookie of the Year. Out of Michigan, just an absolute beast. Immediate starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They traded up from 20 to 10 to go get him. Traded with the Denver Broncos. Gave up a 2nd-round pick. Devin Bush to win Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, that is, 7-1. That's one bet. I like the Steelers to win the most interesting, competitive division in all of football. I'll take them at plus 180.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.